Looks like we're live on a Wednesday afternoon. Hello, Leather family, Leathercraft family. I hope everybody's doing good. I reading the comments and I'm having a good time reading comments, laughing. Almost forgot I need to go live at 3. Yo, there's like 26 people waiting. I don't find myself that interesting, but if y'all do, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope everybody's having a good week. Hope everybody's got something good on their work table. We got some fun stuff to talk about, some good stuff to look at. I hope it'll be interesting this week, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. At the top here, I can't believe I did this. Veterans. Last week was Veterans Day. I don't know why I didn't see that on my script. That was the last thing I was going to talk about. Half of the people I know are veterans, and thank you from the bottom of our heart for standing on that wall, and thank you for serving. And I just look up to all military, all branches of the service. It's just so many of my friends are veterans, and when they say I'm going to do something, yeah, there's no messing around. They do it. They do it right, and they do it right now. And I respect our veterans. And please forgive me for not bringing that up last week. Major faux pas on my part. But I hope everybody had a good Veterans Day. I really do. Thank you again for serving. So, okay, this week, let's see. We've got the best craft in the world, and we can prove it, right? We don't get an empty canvas. We get to make the canvas too, and that's half the fun. So, let's see what else. All right, we've got a big hello to Jackson Williamson. Mom tells me that Jackson stays up late at night to watch the lives, and somebody didn't turn their phone down. Jackson, I'm honored. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'll do my best to make these great. So staying up late is worth it. So let's see what else right off the bat. Okay, here's something that's come up, I think, 4 times lately. So folks having trouble setting line 20s and line 24s. We shouldn't. They should set nicely. 99 out of 100 times that we have someone has a problem setting their 20s or 24s, it's the setter. Yeah, it is. And here's why. And I don't feel bad if you're new or if you're messing up snaps. You're probably not going to be able to see this real well, but there's a line 20 and a line 24 snap setter. They are so similar. No kidding. So I mark my 24s. But if you're having trouble setting snaps, just what you have to do is get a 20 and 24 setter so you can compare these. No kidding. But once you do, you'll nail those snaps every time. I wanted to bring that up front because we've had that problem with a couple of folks lately. That's the issue. 99 out of 100. So hopefully that'll help. Let's see. Oh, we've got some great comments coming in already. Like I said, I'm reading the comments. I forget I gotta talk, at 3. Thorsten is with us. Hello back to Germany. Thorsten, I promise I'm gonna come visit you one day. That's a promise. Rare Breed from Kansas is with us. Daniel Reach, Texas, is in the house. Daniel, glad to see your name up. Rare Breed is with us. I thought I might have been the first in. Pretty close. That's pretty close. Jerry King, great day for leatherworking. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Jerry. Right back. I hope you're doing all right. So many folks here I want to meet in person. And one way or another, we're going to pull that off. I don't know how yet. I'm not independently rich. I haven't fallen into that thing yet, right? Yeah. Hadn't won the lottery yet. Starting to lose hope. I start, especially if you don't play, right? It's gonna be hard to win that if you don't play. James Seckington, James, you're too kind. Comments like that really they mean more than you know. They really do. David Burns, hope your day is going well. David, I hope your day is going well too. We'll see what we can do for the next hour. We'll talk some leather and have a good time with it. Let's see. Roland Bonnet's with us. Very cool. Kevin Walsh. Happy Wednesday right back, Kevin. Cool. Let's see. Okay, Daniel's got one here, okay. Anyone ever agree to do a project that's kind of mundane, then regret it? Yeah, that never happens, right? Let's see. Yep, that's where I'm at. 2 exciting projects waiting on the boring one. I know it's hard to say no. It's hard to say no to friends, family, coworkers, acquaintances. It's hard to say no, but well, it happens. The good thing is once you get on the other side of that mundane or boring project, you see the outcome. Whoever gets it, they love it. it's all worth it. It's all worth it. And now we're moving on to the more fun stuff. I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. The problem is we or me, at least I'm not going to include, yeah, it's in me. I'm bad about every project I want to do. I want to do really, really. My phone rings once a week. It does. But I want to do, I want to take the coolest techniques I know and put them on every project. Well, that doesn't always work out, right? Um, Sometimes we can have a disaster coming out of that. We learn from it, absolutely. But at the same time, I don't want my projects to look like a yard sale. Every technique I know on every project, well, that's, yeah, disaster awaits if we're doing that. Uh, because, it takes a little while to get up to speed on a lot of our techniques. Sometimes we don't know how those are going to interact with other techniques. And now that's part of the fun, planning that project out so that everything meshes together and we get what we're looking for. Yeah, it's not always the case, is it? All right, so Josh, happy birthday, Chuck. Thank you, y'all. My birthday was Monday. What a crappy day to have a birthday, right? So I worked and then we went out to dinner. So it's kind of a standard day, except we went out to dinner. Right. I guess the older you get, the less the birthday, the less you celebrate, the more you just want to hide them and forget them and just keep moving. Right. So let's see. Arctic Arsenal, Darren checking in from the Great White North. I think we're all gonna get slammed here in the U.S. I think our weather said it was supposed to be like a low next week of maybe 27. I mean, that's February that'll happen, but not way back here in November. But also, Thanksgiving. Here in the US, we celebrate Thanksgiving. That's next weekend, not this coming. How'd it get here so fast? I mean, Halloween has come and gone. Labor Day has come and gone. It's going so fast. Ugh. Again, it's this working for a living thing, right? Yeah. Screws up a number of areas in our life. But again, haven't fallen into that independently rich thing. Let's see. Okay, Rare Breed. I asked this a couple of weeks back, but does anyone belong to like a leathercraft club? Either like a group that meets regularly to work on projects or one more formal with demos. Yes, in the US, there's leathercraft guilds. I hate to say that I'm not a member. When I ran a store, they would meet in our store once a month. Great people. Coffee and donuts. You can guarantee there will be coffee and donuts there. And you'll probably talk about some leather, right? But no, but somebody will do a demo every week and great people. I'm sorry to say what I am going to do is let me see what I can. I've always wanted to do a leather element, on the leathercraft guilds, where they are, how to get in touch with them. I have yet to do that. It kind of fell by the wayside. So what I'll do, um, next week, I'll bring up guilds and we'll talk about how we can get connected with these folks. Because again, we're lone wolves out here. So cool to get together with other people where we can talk leather, right? And learn and discuss and have fun with it. So next week, I'll have some information on some guilds. Lane is with us from London, is in the shop. Lane, hope you're having a good week. Dibison is with us. Dwight Overturf is here. Afternoon, right back, Dwight. Brother B videos. Oh man, how sums it up, doesn't it? Brother B videos. Hi, y'all. Another beautiful day with my beautiful leather family. It is so true. Each week, I have to go into Translator, Google Translate, to translate some of the comments coming in all over the world. In fact, I've got two here. We'll come around to that. Shout outs from last week. We'll get to that. But I kind of think we have a friend or a family member every country on this planet. Every country on this planet. In fact, let me back up here because let's see. Chuckalites, Chucksters. Y'all, that means more than you know. It really does. Uh, so hard to find one of these comments when you pass it up. Let's see. Who's in Alaska? Yeah, we had a comment here from Alaska, and now I can't find it. Y'all, there's so many of these. Thank you. It takes me about an hour to go through these every Wednesday morning. It's job security, y'all. Thank you for that. I hate it that I can't answer or mention every one of the comments. I think it's typically about 600 in 1 hour. Yay. Like I said, I don't find myself that interesting, but if y'all do, bless your hearts. All right, so let's see. I can't find it. I'm so sorry. If you're watching and you're in Alaska, drop a comment back in because I wanted to see that. We're all gonna get cold next week. Let's see. Oh, Kathy Miller, here we are. Kathy, I'm so sorry about that. A balmy 12 degrees here in Alaska, but bright and sunny. Well, that makes it beautiful. I hope so. Yeah, I think coming from y'all can take that right back. Yeah, y'all keep that. I think it's moving across here. So everybody's going to get a blast of winter this weekend. How about chuckleheads? Oh, Daniel, I thought we were friends. Why would you do that? Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Paul Pendleton checking in from Herlong, California. Hope you're doing well, Paul. Thank you for saying so. Let's see. Joe Schmo, 1962, a good year. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Vinegaroon? I'm very impressed with the result. Deep black color, no streaks or blotches or rub offs. Why isn't it a popular technique? All told, I've never tried that. I have heard about it for years and years and years and would love to try this. Basically, you're soaking a piece of veg stand in water with a piece of rebar, a piece of iron in it. Thorough dye, and it goes absolutely black. And I think you can get a good gray out of that too. No gray leather dyes out there. Fivings, I believe, used to carry a white leather dye. Long time ago. I never used it, but a white leather dye. If someone can come up with this, oh, we can mix dyes in so many different colors. But the Vinegaroon, I haven't tried this yet. But you know what? Joe Schmo, if you give this a try, let us know, but let us know some techniques too and whatnot. Just give us some specifics because I'm sure most of us would like to give this a try. That would be very cool. And I hope I'm saying the right thing. I hope that's the Vinegaroon. Dropping leather in water with rebar because it's basically just iron. That's what we're looking for. Um, yeah, let's see. Oh, Vanessa Kitty's with us. Howdy, Vanessa Kitty. Ralph Morrow, hello, right back, Ralph. Oh, let's see. Look at that, Mr. Pilot 737. Hey, Chuck, I'm currently making an English bridle belt. Oh, I love our English bridle. It is beautiful. The chestnut is one of the prettiest colors I've ever seen. And I don't think it's the chocolate brown. I can't remember right off, but it is unbelievably beautiful. Takes the leather bomb, will absolutely make that top shelf. Mr. Pilot 737, I hope that comes out beautifully. And if it does, put it on the fan page. Love to see that. By the way, I'm way behind on the fan page. I missed 2 nights and I've got like 30, I've missed 30 posts. I've got some comments here, but y'all, if you put something up on the fan page and I haven't dropped in a comment yet, it'll be there probably tonight. I fall behind on this. I'm always behind on the videos, on the lives, on everything. I'm just behind. It is what it is, but I guess it keeps me hopping. We'll go with that. How about that? Oh man, let's see. Sam Lee starting my first tote bag this weekend. Wish me luck. Sam, all the luck I can offer. I hope so. Let us know how it goes out. But I hope you have a great time making it, and I hope it comes out beautifully. Gonna keep my fingers crossed. Nice. Let's see. Vanessa Kitty, Veterans Day, retired Air Force. Excellent. All the Air Force. Man, I took my officer's exam to get in, officer candidate exam. Well, it was like the mid 80s. Yeah, I'm that old. And then nothing was going on. And they were taking like the top 5% of the test scores. Needless to say, I'm not in the top 5%. I wasn't then. I won't be now. I think I was in the 80%. And they're like, yeah, we don't want you. Weeded out. Okay, so they know what they're doing. Anyway, so, who knows how things are going to go in your life. I was really disappointed, but look how look at the direction it went. So we never know. Hey, Hey, Kathy Miller, I'm all in for Chuckleheads. My hubby is a Chuck too. There you go. It's a good name. It's a good name. So let's see. Dwight Overturf retired in 1984. Very nice. Dwight, y'all, thank you for your service. More than you know. I wish I'd gone that route. My dad was Marine Corps. My stepdad, Marine Corps. My dad was Air Force. And I don't know. We always say, I wish I'd gone that. We never know, do we? We never know. So let's see. Okay. Valerie Rutt, retired Air Force, 2004. Y'all, thank you for putting these up there. Give us a chance to recognize you. And that's, oh man, that's great, y'all. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, Jim T. Hi, Chuck. Hi, all. Looking forward to learning more today. Oh, I hope so. I hope there's something here that's helpful. I hope so, not just me rolling, which tends to happen, right? We've met. Okay, let's see. Chris Gould is with us from Norfolk, UK. Let's see. Old Army vet, Chris. Very cool. Um, let's see. Vanessa Kitty, I miss Fort Worth. I'm almost thinking you may have been stationed there. And yes, I love Fort Worth too. I just love Texas. Grew up in East Texas. You just miss it. Oh, let's see. WM Means, Port Aransas. Oh, very familiar. Grew up in Spring. Uh, Thorsten. There we go. Thorsten replying to my comment that we're going to meet one day. I will get to Germany again. Let's see, Chuck, and I promise there will be a cold beer and good food waiting for you. Boy, that's not tough in Germany. Let me tell you, that's not tough. Friendly people, good beer, good food. Oh, and let's add one to that. It's absolutely beautiful. Germany is beautiful. So, Thorsten, you got a deal. You got a deal there. Anyone else want to toss that out there? We'll make that happen one way or another. Like I said, when that independently rich thing falls into my lap, I'll jump in my G4 and we'll all get together. How about that? Let's see. Hello in Russia. Hello right back to Russia. I am honored that you're here with us. Um, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, but check in next week because I'll translate that. Then I can say hello and properly pronounce your name. So thank you for being with us, though nonetheless. Uh, Living it up outdoors. Oh, I like that name. Absolutely. Hello right back. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Let's see, Debison. Let's see. Yeah, okay, okay. To meet all of us, have a word with the powers that be about a world tour. Yeah, see, I agree. World tour. I'm looking at this from the business standpoint, increasing sales, getting out there, doing a little customer service. Yeah, I mean, we're on the same page. I just got to get the folks up top to kind of get into that same mindset. They're resisting it. Yeah. Well, resistance is futile. We'll get there, right? We'll get there. Anyway, Vanessa in Connecticut. Oh, I bet it's beautiful up there. Your leaves have probably all fallen off, right? Is it? Yeah, I think we're getting there too. Our leaves are pretty much falling off. We've had some rain, we've had some wind. Um, Winter is just stark. It's just the trees are empty, but still there's an absolute beauty to winter. The air, it doesn't smell like summer, but it's got that crisp, very clean smell to the air. And there are pieces and parts of winter I love. Um, after New Year's, it's just freaking winter. Right. After that, it's just winter and we're waiting for it to be over. But we don't have all the fun winter stuff here. Sledding and pond hockey. I learned to play pond hockey. Lived in Pennsylvania for a year growing up. Learned to play some hockey, sledding on the golf course. Oh, snow football. At the bus stop, people drive by. It was our neighborhood. You could grab on the bumper of somebody and they'd pull you down to the next stop sign. We don't have that in the South. Yeah, it's just cold and wet here, and that's the end of it. So let's see. Uh oh man, let's see. Okay, hail to the GM. I'm hand stitching around the edges of a belt for the first time. Man, I feel for you. Um, let's see, it's killing my fingers. I can't afford a sewing machine. Does anyone have any experience with those crank operated cobbler machines? I would say no. Excuse me. I would I've had one, and a lot of us do. Um, they're not great. they're not great. I never used mine. Dude, they're cool because you've got to. Typically, they're patch machines. Usually, they're for patching shoes. So they've got a long throat, and the bobbin actually will turn. Right? They're. I would hold off and go for like save my money up and go for like if you want to do lighter weights, chromes, upholstery, and garment, go with our 303. I can't say enough about that machine. I'm not a sewer. I never have been. Hand sewing I love, and I sew most everything by hand. I just love the look. I have so much control over it. For those of us that don't have a big shop or the space, uh, you can sew anything on your kitchen table, and it's gonna look great. I Now this is just my opinion, and my nose is itchy. I don't somebody's smelling me. I don't know. Anyway, um, I with a sewing machine, like the heavier weights, I struggle with control. That's my biggest fear is struggling with control. And when we put all this work into a beautiful project, um, and then I go over to the machine and I sew it. Oh, that is a major stress point because a machine can destroy. Um, but between here and the time you can bring in a machine, yeah, with your hands, um, you're probably pulling a little too hard. But that's just my opinion because right here, you're burnishing your fingers. Well, the first bit of help there is change up your fingers when you're pulling. But secondly, pull a little bit lighter. You just want to pull enough to where you can see that thread sink just a hair down into the top grain of that leather. That way, your stitch is going to be very consistent. But again, I love to hand sew. I'm not knocking the machines. I sew a good bit if I've got a big project, like say a cloak or something like that. Ain't gonna happen by hand, right? That's gonna go by the wayside and stay there. Um, but like the journal covers and whatnot, may take half hour, maybe 35, 40 minutes to sew one. But when you're done, it's perfect and it's beautiful, right? You know where every chisel goes. Yeah, it's hard to mess those up. So anyway, um, I was gonna say there's one other thing you can do. Yeah, tape. Like little leather rings. You can always just make a little leather ring for your pinkies that slide on, and when you hand sew, that'll help too. Okay, so hail to the GM. A little bit of a rant, but see if that helps because the hand sewing really shouldn't be it shouldn't be painful to you. Now, if we sew a belt, yeah, and I'm the same way. You sew all the way down. Does anybody have the banana effect? Right? When you sew a belt, you sew half of it and it looks like this. And you go, oh crap, I've ruined my belt. Well, when you sew the other side, it comes right back perfectly straight. Yeah. So if you see the banana, don't freak. Yeah, don't freak. It'll work out when you sew the other side. Um, but yeah, I might hold out until I could get a machine and hand sew between here and there. Another little point, a lot of times I'll hand sew without going to the machine if I'm only doing like say bridle or halter. I've only got to sew 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches. Um, by the time I get my bobbin, make sure I've got thread on my bobbin, make sure my foot tension, make sure my stitch, I've already sewn it by hand, so there are times when hand sewing actually is faster than a machine, and it looks better, hands down to me. Um, and one last point, I almost believe that hand sewing is stronger than machine. Now it depends on your thread, if you're doing, big thread, right? Well, the point is that with a machine, we're doing a lock stitch. So with our bobbin, we've got that in between every hole, right? Well, we've all seen this. If one side of that thread breaks, the whole stitch line will unravel almost immediately. Yeah. Well, with hand sewing, particularly the saddle stitch, we've got this in every hole. That thread doesn't bend, it doesn't hook, it doesn't do anything. And if you've ever tried to take out a saddler stitch, yeah, that's not easy. You almost have to cut at least every other thread to pull that apart. And sometimes even that's not enough. So, yeah, hail to the GM. You'll get to a point where you don't mind the hand sewing. A belt is a problem because we're sewing 8 feet. Yeah, right. It's right. The thing with a belt is you power through it because when you finish it, it's going to be beautiful. And the first compliment you get on that project, you're going to forget how much time it took to sew that. Right. So So there's a lot of points there. Went on a big rant and chewed up a bunch of time, but see if that helps. I hope that does help. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Arctic Arsenal. I haven't read this entire comment yet. Let's see. When I set snaps, I make the hole a size smaller and force the stem through. It holds it better and is less likely to fold over. Exactly right. I also put the setter in my drill press and press it slowly. It's another good point. A drill press. We can use that for all kinds of things. In fact, we've got a video out, a leather element on 7 ways to use a drill press in our shop. I have tried setting stamps with it. I just don't get the impression I do with a mallet or a maul. But setting snaps, that's the trick with a snap, is we want that pressure straight up and down. If we get that, then that post is simply going to roll down. But yeah, that's a good point. Arctic Arsenal, thanks for tossing that in there. Okay, Josh, bless your heart. And this makes me feel good. Got to give kudos to Weaver Leather for taking a return that was outside of the return window. World-class customer service. I'm so glad to hear that. Weaver, thank you for making it easy to do business. Bless your heart, Josh. Thanks for tossing that out there. Thank you very much. Oh, Louvre. Hello from France. France is in the house with us. Honored that you're with us today. I hope this is good for you. Let's see, Eric Duzart. Howdy from beautiful Pennsylvania. Loved living in Pennsylvania. Let's see, groupies. Yeah, okay, Thorsten. I don't really have any groupies. But maybe we can put that together. Maybe we can put that together. Oh, Mr. Pilot 737, thank you for the birthday wish. Thank you very much, y'all. All of you. Went on the fan page, and I think when I checked it Monday night, it's like 97 comments. I dropped in a comment. I'll be back, y'all, but they mean more than you know. They really do. Just going one after another. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Valerie Rudd. Happy early birthday, Vanessa. Sounds like Vanessa's got a birthday coming up. Y'all put that on the fan page. Yeah, because we want to wish everybody a happy birthday. And again, one big family. Just one big happy family. Like we mentioned last week, if somebody ever asks us if we're from a big family, we can say, yeah, 4,500. Right? Wow, where do they live? All over the world. That's right. So let's see. Will Halls is with us. Will, Wednesday's my new favorite day. Bar Fridays. I'm with you. I understand that one. Chuck just makes you smile. I hope so. Wishing you well, Chuck, from a chilly Suffolk, UK. Very cool. Will, I'm glad you're with us. Y'all, thank you so much. What a pleasure. All right, let's do this. Looks like, oh no, I'm not even close. Yeah, not even close to caught up. Oh man, Gary Jason. We've got some we got some jokes coming through here that are absolutely awful. They're so awful, they're great. Right. Let's hear about the chicken and finances. He went to school in economics. That's pretty good. Let's see. Leather Mule, love the bloopers program. That is real life for me. Great job. Thank you for that. Working on another one. But it's really more just me and Bruce. And, Bruce, my cat, very interested in everything I'm doing. But it's just a long list of me being an idiot. And me being an idiot's not funny, right? I just can't remember my lines. I can't. It is the way it is. Oh man, Moby Brickflix, I'm late because I've been trying to get an Xbox before the holidays. No luck. Man, good luck with that one. I'll keep my fingers crossed you find one. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. I want to read. All right, RCP. First off, thanks for commenting, y'all. Thanks for commenting, everybody, for the jokes, the comments, the questions, the answers, y'all. Thanks for helping out. Let's see. Okay, RCP. I've been messing with scrap, trying to learn with what I thought was veg tan. Once I got a piece of true veg tan, my eyes opened. Make sure you are learning with the right materials. Oh, that's an absolute true statement. Very true. RCP, that's maybe one that most of us with a little experience, might not have thought about. It might never have crossed our minds. So for bringing that up, big thank you. Kudos on that one. Uh, let's see. Thorsten, no Alaska member on the map. Okay, Thorsten, what Thorsten is talking about is on the fan page. You can list where you are. Yeah, there's a world map, and what a cool thing. Thank you for doing that. But yeah, you can list where you are and see where everybody else is. Uh, so yeah, if you're in Alaska, drop in your location on the map. I don't think it's too terribly specific, so it's not a security thing. Let's see. Let's see. Cam Mock, New Zealand is with us. One of the countries I want to see is New Zealand. Definitely. I have the Google Earth, and I go to every city in the world, go to that street view, look around, see the people, the restaurants, the stores. Oh man, I love doing that. I guess that's a poor man's way to travel. Is that it? Yeah, right. So, uh, let's see. Okay, here's one, and let's see, Jim. I have a question. All right, let's see, for you, Chuck, or anyone else. Yeah, anybody that can answer this. Let's see, anyone else that would be kindly answer. Has anyone else had trouble with the EcoFlow dyes? Yeah, I can't said throw them away. Now, if you use EcoFlow, I'm not trashing. I just have never had good luck with the water-based anything. At my old job, we brought out a full line of water-based products. I'm not saying any more on that. So, teaching classes in the store all the time, I tried some. Um, it was splotchy. I couldn't get it, and I think it's the fact that the viscosity of water compared to like the alcohol, a solvent based dye, it just doesn't wick. So I had all kinds of problems. First off, is that the dye just sits on the surface, and if you scratch it, you go right back to naked leather. Um, but the biggest problem I had is I had a piece that I finally got it pretty consistent, dropped in a water-based top coat on it. It was sitting next to my tooling, my marble, and I think a couple of drops of water hit it, washed out the top coat, washed out the dye. Could not believe it. Took that piece, threw it in the water, threw it in the trash can, walked away, never going there again. If it's working for you, that's all that counts. But my opinion does not matter here. Try the pro dye. Just that's you try the pro dye, you'll never go back. I used to use the alcohol dye. When I had my business, I used alcohol. So I bought it by the gallon. I bought it by the case, 4 gallons to a case. Um, I was at a store where I bought my dye, and I asked the manager, loved him, Ron Riddle. Oh, anyway, I was asking, I said, hey, I can't get a good earth tone brown. I remember it to this day. I can't get a good earth tone brown. All the regular dyes, just your basic leather dye, 5-inch, great dye, good colors. The problem is that to me at that time, may have changed. At that time, the reds or the browns seemed to have kind of a reddish or a yellow tint to them. They weren't a good earth tone brown. So I asked him, what can I do? He said, I mean, just offhandedly, I tried the pro dye. I never went back. I never went back. And if you ever try it, you're going to see a world of difference in the outcome. So anyway, Jim T, I hope that helps. Um, and again, I keep saying this, but if the water based dyes work for you, that's all that matters. That's all that counts. It's just simply my opinion. Okay, so, but Jim T, nonetheless, thanks for tossing that out there. Let's do this. Before I know I'm just staying on comments, which I could do. Which I could do. I just have some things here. I'm in the beginning. Let's make it interesting, and I hope that's what we're doing here. Let's see. All right. We talked about teaching, talking about teaching classes, right? And custom work too. Let's see. We've got a good craft fail coming up. Bob Haney's got a craft fail. I don't really have any good craft fails. I kind of do, but they don't really fall into the craft fail category. And I'll explain that. Um, Here's something I saw going to the Waco show. I drove out there and I just still remember that. I actually put this on a little business card, and this just is so indicative of us, of leather crafters. It simply said, "Dirty hands, clean money." Says it all, doesn't it? Says it all. I keep that on on that business card next to my desk, because I fully believe that. Okay, so here we go. Um, this is just some shout outs. These are some new folks that I saw on the comments from last week. So if you're new with us, I don't see your name. Please forgive me, but check in next week. Let's see if I can get a shout out to some of the new folks. Let's see. All right, Asden M. And this, I put this right at the top of the list because, again, another one of our friends. Peace be upon you. Hello, I follow you constantly. Great work you are doing. Thank you for the information you provide us from time to time. Your brother from Algeria. Asden, I hope you're with us this week. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. That to me is the most rude thing you can do. But nonetheless, I'm honored that you're with us. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Games with Damath. How's it going? Handmade 10. Hello from Russia. This is one I had to translate. Hello, right back to Russia. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Begonia Alperi. Saludos desde Spain is in the house. Very nice. Let's see. Baxter Monkey 246, Miami. Diane Mills, New Bern, North Carolina. Not far from me. James Allen. Oh, this is cool. James Allen, I'm making a backpack in the shape of a coffin. That's pretty cool. James, you're going to have to put that one on the fan page. That is a cool, creative idea. Let's see. Still, Steve Milford, Houston, Texas. Steve, glad you're with us. Hope you're back with us this week. Again, this is everybody from last week, new names. Okay, David Field, because I mentioned that in this seat, every video should not use Pro Dye and Leather Balm, right? I should be fanning out. Let's experiment. Well, the problem is we know what works. Okay, so David Field is responding to that. Chuck, I'm with you. Pro Dye and Resolene all day, and I'm not changing. That's right. We don't want to change. Like I said, we get so far on a project. We've cut it, we've edged it, we've chiseled it, we may have stamped it or tooled it, we've dyed it, we've top coated it. Oh man, now's not the time to experiment, right? Experiment on a scrap and not a project, which I should take my own advice there. I really should. And I'm so bad about getting in that rut. But in our defense, that rut, it's really a groove because we know it works. We're taking that stress point out of the project. So therefore we can concentrate maybe on those things that might not work. Anyway, here's a great one. Love the name. Nocturnal Leatherworks. How many of us could fall into that category, right? Because it's, late in the shop, evenings in the shop. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, and I'm sure there were plenty of answers here. Let's see. Hey, can someone point me to the fan page? I'd like to see what everybody is up to. Oh, and I hope you already have. Yeah, you'll see. A little overwhelming. The creativity and the work and the comments and the questions. Uh, let's see. Okay, Carrie Chayasan. And Carrie, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Um, let's see. All right, here's another one. Why is leather armor the best armor to sneak around in? Because it's made of hide. Oh, these are. Oh, ow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, again, for the new folks, if you're joining us for the first time, check in next week because I'll do my best to give y'all a shout out. Love to see new names coming in. Um, let's see. Okay, so that's just some simple hellos from the comments from last week. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Vanessa Kitty, Nor'easter coming for today, maybe Nor'easter coming. And that's probably why I'm talking about our temperatures are going to drop. Let's see. Yeah, Cam Mock. I definitely do want to see New Zealand. Uh, Vanessa is stationed in let's see, Alaska for 5 years in the 80s. I'm confused now. I used to know every state. AK Alaska. AR is Arkansas. Yeah, okay. I used to know every one of those, but I guess again, perishable knowledge. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, Don Lapham. Don jumping in to help me out. Thank you, y'all. It's always nice to see a comment. Like if I say, okay, my preference is here, it's always nice to see one of y'all jump in and say, "Yeah, I'm the same way." It just gives me a little confidence that that was good information. Um, let's see, Don Lapham, yeah. I haven't used EcoFlow, but I've been ride or die with Pro Dye since day one. It cures all our problems. It really does. Oh, Dave Robb. Let's see. Hey, everyone. Hi, Chuck. Hope everyone is well. Dave, well, hope you're doing well too. Glad you're with us this week. Let's see. Um, oh, Chris Gould is with us. Chris, I hope you're doing all right. Jim Jenkins is in the house or in the shop. How about that? Let's see. Oh, Carrie. Oh, Carrie, we've got all right. So Carrie's joining us. Gonna have some good jokes for us. The leather would be dying. Yeah, I don't know the first half of that, but I can only guess. But oh, y'all, and again, thanks for dropping in here and there funny stuff on the website or on the fan page. It's great to get a good joke. And I say this from time to time. Uh, yeah, okay. Let me back up. I say this from time to time. I know we've met, right? Um, the leather industry was never issued a sense of humor. I've been at it a long time, and I can say with full confidence, there's no sense of humor in the leather industry. That's a fact. So, what we're doing here, let's add a sense of humor. It's best craft ever. We're loving it. We're enjoying it. Let's have fun with it. That's the point. So, let's see. All right, Arctic Arsenal. I dissolve steel wool into vinegar to make mine. Yeah, okay. There's some help as well. Uh, let's see. Let's see. A little fair. Let's see. What are we discussing today? I don't know. Yeah, it's like that. I don't know. We kind of go with I try to keep it's somewhat in line here, but it doesn't matter. This does not matter. There's nothing on here that's important. This is what's important. This is why we're doing this. That's exactly right. So, uh, okay, yeah, Sean Bell. Again, y'all, thanks for pitching in answers to help folks out. And I tell you what, here and on the fan page, you put out a question, you're going to get solid, quality answers, and you're going to get a lot of them. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man, okay. Daniel Reach, I did not know about the white dye. I'm gonna have to back up and look for that because with a white dye, it's tough to do. It's tough to make a white dye for leather. But if we can get this, all the colors, we can mix all the colors in. So, Daniel, thank you for that. I'm gonna look back for that. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Sean Bell putting in some good tips and tricks there on the vinegaroon. Uh, yeah, Mark Bellata. Okay, Chuck, would you ever consider doing a live demo on a Wednesday where we can ask questions as you work? Yes, we've done a live class in the past. Um, it's a little bit tough for a bunch of reasons. First off, I'm here by myself. Secondly, though, it's hard to watch and work. But I can do it. I can do it. The biggest trick, though, is that so many things we do require dry time, like if we stamp or tool or mold or dye, paint, top coat. They all require dry time. So we've kicked around the idea of doing it 2 days. It's like we'll get to a certain point, then maybe the next day or the next week, we finish out the product because we've had some dry time. So, Mark, thank you for bringing that up. We are talking about that. Um, oh, Chris, this is cool. Hi, Chuck. Wife is loving helping me with my projects. Life is good. So glad to hear that. That's exactly right. Uh, let's see. Bob Haney. Sobriety always makes me late. Yeah, W.C. Fields. I quit smoking and drinking, and it was the worst 2 minutes of my life. Oh, let's see. Pop Up Record Shop is with us. Very cool. Julian, hello from Texas. Hello, right back to Texas. Uh, let's see. Okay, Don, we got some comments back and forth. I'm not going to jump into those. Y'all, yes, put up your service record here. Oh, that Bob, does Weaver do a drinker's discount? Not that I know of. But, you toss it out here, the boss is gonna see it. Oh, that's funny. Let's see, oh, yeah, Vanessa Kitty, that's a cool book, Christopher Schwartz's campaign furniture book. Absolutely, very nice. Uh, oh, man, okay. Catspaw Crafts is with us. Very nice. Wait, another German here? Absolutely. Uh, oh man, Salamasla. Grew up in Romania. Very cool. You might have a comment in here. Where are you now? I'd love to see that. Y'all, for the new folks, it's hard to keep up with these. But next Wednesday, now later today after the show, let me say this before I forget it. I'll leave the chat open for 5 or 10 minutes after we sign off. Um, So if you got something in there, I really need to see, drop it in there. But secondly, um, crap, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, I know. Anyway, um, I'll scan through the comments later today, but next Wednesday morning, first thing at work, I'll go through every comment one at a time. So if I don't give you a shout out or if I'm not able to answer your question, come back next week. We'll do our best to include everybody there. Yeah, so we sometimes have a bit of a lag, but also if you got a question, you need an answer now, you got a project on the table, it happens, right? Go to the fan page. It's the Chuck Dorsett fan page on Facebook. You'll get an answer immediately. You'll get some great answers. You absolutely will. Okay, so let's do this. Um, yeah, I told you this, right? When I was having some trouble with my eyes. I was having trouble reading. I went to an optimist. He said, "You'll be fine." Let's see. Okay, so okay, here's some comments from last week. Like I said, I'll go through these on Wednesday morning. Okay, so Jan Nagel saw a video last week about Bart tanning. Nobody ever calls me. Right. Okay. So Jan, video last week about Bart tanning fish leather. Want to try that soon. Okay. Along those lines, there is a piece of salmon leather. Yeah, and it is a sturdy piece of leather. A friend of mine got that for me while they were in Alaska. Glad they did. I can't pull myself to make something out of it because it just looks too cool hanging in my shop. But yeah, try the fish. Whoever thought about tanning fish, right? Evidently, it works very well. Let's see. Okay, Frank F. Does anybody use cap rivets? I have a 1/4 inch 7/16, but they don't seem to fit. How long should the stem be sticking out of the leather? Frank F. Good question. Good question, especially for those folks that are new. So with our double cap rivets, I love these. Very professional backside because the back's got a cap on it. Now, Frank, I think you're talking about double caps. I think so. I'll go this route. I'll go this route. So we've got three sizes. I typically call them a small, medium, and large. 1/4 inch, 5/16, 7/16. Okay. Small, 2 4 to 5s. The medium, 2 8 to 9s. The large, 3 8 to 9s. Okay. You should have about a 16th of an inch of cap above your top grain because when you set that rivet, it's going to impress a little bit. You want that post to go up into the cap and to roll into the cap. That's how the rivets hold. Yeah, the post rolls into the cap. Um, so you can kind of mix and match these. Now, a funny thing, and we'll have this on a shop tricks, but our double caps, not our solid steel, not our solid brass, but the double caps, the caps are interchangeable. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm in a shop tricks coming up here pretty soon. Love the double caps. But see if that helps. If you have an eighth of an inch, you should be okay. The trick is when you strike that setter, make sure you do your best to get that setter straight on so that that rivet drives down. Our little wonder. Great thing about that. When you set a rivet with that, that pressure is absolutely straight down. You'll never miss one. We're not as perfect. Okay, here's the problem though. If you have too much cap, yeah, which finger am I going to use? If you have too much cap above that top grain, what's going to happen? And I do this now. There's no way around this. When you set that, it's going to offset and it's going to ding your leather. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to make an absolute mess. So just try to make sure you have an eighth of an inch or less cap above your top grain. See if that helps. See if that helps. But yeah, I love the double caps. We just got to make sure we don't have too much distance. Now, Here's a trick. If you do, all right, and this has happened to me. I only have large double cap rivets, okay? Two 8 to 9s, and I've still got that much cap. Just make a little donut. Can't believe I don't have one. Just punch a little, like if you've got a half-inch round hole, punch a hole, punch another hole in the middle of that, put that, so like say here's your rivet, drop your donut, then your two pieces on that. Basically, you're just chewing up real estate. That's all you're doing. Um, but when you set that and somebody looks at the back of that work, it's going to look really professional because it looks like you took the time to add an extra piece to that project to make it right. It actually looks good. Okay. Now we're going to roll on this a little bit. We've talked about this. We won't go a long way here, but think about this room for creativity, right? Okay. We have too much rivet. How about we take that donut, cut a cool little shape, maybe dye it a different color, drop that over our 8 to 9s, put a cap on that. That's going to be cool. We might could bring a little color into that project. The point there is we're taking a problem and we're finding a creative way around it. And yeah, we see that in a lot of videos that I haven't mentioned that a lot lately. Somewhere in a number of the videos I talk about that, but we're taking a problem and we're turning it into something creative, and we may very well come up with the coolest thing we have ever seen. So yeah, play with it a little bit. All right, moving on from that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Carl Rudger. I've been looking for some heavy-duty D-rings for a dangle carry system, and all I can find are thinner, cheaply made ones. Weaver, call us. We've got some big, thick O-rings, D-rings, squares. Yeah, give us a call. Because we've got some heavy-duty. Probably only finding the cheap ones because you're probably shopping at a craft store. That happens. They'll work. For decorative, they'll absolutely work. But like say for a briefcase, we want some solid D's or O's there. Give us a call. We'll take care of you on that one. All right, Mr. Pilot 737, last one. I have a good Christmas decoration. Tree decoration with spray painted double cap rivets. There's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. Now, we've done this in one of our shop tricks. We use our Chicago screws. We've got some that's got a floral design on the cap. Love them. But what we can do, I've got a little board to where I've drilled 1/4 inch holes in this so that I can drop a double cap rivet on into that hole and it just sits on the top. Hit that with some spray paint, whatever color you want, and then just brush it off with a rag. What's going to happen is the paint's going to sink down inside that floral design. So you basically have a colored or decorative Chicago screw. It's cool. Why? That's in one of our shop tricks. I forget to do that. And I've got a project I made recently. Forgot all about that. Use Chicago screws. Forgot. What a cool place to add just a little more hint of color. So, all right. But Mr. Pilot 737, that's cool. Also, anybody's got some good Christmas ideas, Christmas gift ideas, drop them on the fan page. We're all looking for good ideas. And in fact, my wife and I are working. We finally settled on one, working hard on it now. So there's the prototype. We're doing Christmas tree deck ornaments, right? So here's one she did. So I've changed it up a little bit. Gonna just drop a hole in the top, and then we're gonna just buy some hooks, at a craft store, Christmas ornament hooks, so that'll hang. So that's pretty solid. But Angela's paints, are those not cool? And also, we can wet form these. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, we can wet form it to where it literally looks like a feather. So working on that. I wish I had a die for these because it saves some time. So let's see right here. I've got 4 tooled and ready to cut out. Right there, I've got 2 traced and I forgot about it. I walked away and my case leather, it dried out. So I don't know how many I'm going to make. We got to figure that out. But anyway, y'all, if you got some really unique, very cool Christmas ideas, drop them up on the fan page because all of us, we're always looking for good Christmas gift ideas. All right, so let's see. I am so far behind. Oh, okay. Zap, Bananigan. Let's see. I'm really struggling keeping the line straight using the diamond punch. It keeps looking wavy on the other side. Besides practice, any advice? No real advice. Practice. What's happening is say with your chisel, And we do this, and there's a reason. You're probably leaning out a little bit, and then the next one you set is more straight. That happens. It happens. Why we're doing this, and a lot of us do this, is because if I do, what's going to happen is I'm going to come out of the edge of my leather, especially if we've got a bevel on that back side. If we do it like, say, an 8 to 9, we do a number 2 bevel. I set my groove line at 1/8 of an inch. Well, I've just chewed up half of that distance. So I've only got a 16th of an inch of the flesh or the skive side on there. So if that chisel even goes like that, I'm going to come out of the bevel or the edge on that on the back side. It just takes a little time to get it to where you can set those consistently straight up and down. Straight up and down, that's what we want. Well, I tend to lean a little. I tend to lean out a little just to give me a little extra room there so I don't come through my edge or my beveled edge. So, Zap, see if that helps. Just takes a little time. Just takes a little time to work on that. So, but you'll have it in no time. You'll have it in no time. Uh, That's Bob Haney's got a good one here. My love shrunk at the same pace my feet disappeared when looking down in the chocolate. I know, man. I'm with you. I think the older I get, I used to be a little taller and thin. Now I'm shorter and wider. I gravity. I mean, come on, it's gravity, right? Yeah, it's got to be. Uh, let's see. Oh, Vanessa Kitty helping out there. Oh, Chris Gould, hand sewing always helps my arthritis. My hands get stronger. And I say this a lot. In all honesty, the hand sewing, it can be tedious. It can be tedious. It's beautiful. It's worth it. We don't have to spend a lot of money on a machine to get a beautiful stitch line. But in all honesty, it's very therapeutic. I love to hand sew because muscle memory. Your fingers know exactly that hole is 1/8 of an inch. Each time, every time, and you know right where it is. Your fingers start to be able to find that hole. So therefore your mind can wander. And we can go 1,000 miles away. But it's very therapeutic for our fingers. And for those of y'all that are new, when you start hand sewing, but really more just leather in general, this is funny. And I don't do this anymore, but I did this for years. When you do this, you're going to feel a physical change in your fingers, in the width of them, I guess, but they're going to feel very strong, um, flexible. You're going to feel some very good dexterity because you're working those muscles in your hands. The cool part is we're not thinking about it. Yeah, it's like exercising when you don't know you're exercising. It's exactly the same thing, but also hand-eye coordination. Great for hand-eye coordination. Um, but when you're sewing, turn the TV on in your shop or the radio. 2.5 inches a minute. That's not bad. That's really not bad. So a foot, 2 feet of sewing, no time at all. And it looks great. So, all right. So anyway, there's my spiel on hand sewing. Seems like that's been our theme today, right? Um, let's see. Yeah, okay, Vanessa Kitty helping out. Really long straight stretches. I try to use a higher punch count. That's exactly right. More punches on one head. That's exactly right. Also, too, now you may be using this, but use a groover. Yeah, because that gives you literally a gutter in your leather. And I'm not kidding. Once you get a little speed up, little speed behind you, you can feel that chisel sit down into that groove line, not even looking at it. No kidding. Um, you can feel it center down in that groove line. It's going to be perfect every time. So definitely use a groover. And with our groover, I don't have one over here, but if you take the guide out, then it becomes a freehand groover. So you can lay that against, say, a French curve. Like if you want to do a curved groove for a curved stitch line. I know I just talked too fast. There's so much I want to get out all at one time. It just doesn't happen. Anyway, so with straight French curve, a freehand groover, it makes it so easy. It makes it so easy. So try a groover if you're not already there. Let's see. Man, I'm behind. Oh, Vanessa Kitty, if my feet disappear in the shower, I would be in trouble. 6'3", very large feet. I bet. I bet, y'all. Uh, oh, Carrie. Okay, Carrie, you're going to keep us laughing. Thank you for joining us. Very much so. Let's see. I wrote a joke about the leather, about leather the other day. I can't seem to find it though. It must be hiding. Oh man. Boom, take my wife, please. Let's see. Okay. Oh, everybody's helping out there with the chisels. Good. Again, you're going to get some good information there. All right, let's do this. Oh, crap. It's 4. How did that happen? Okay. Now I feel like I'm chewing up your time. All right, let's do this. Let's go through a couple things here. Videos in the works. I just did a shop trick session. Hope these are good tricks for everybody. Also, just did one on our new Weaver revolving the rotary revolving punch. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, let's see. Okay, Angry Cow. We did Angry Cow. I hope that was a fun one. That's a fun project to do. I enjoyed that. Even though it did come out at like 47 minutes, 47 and some change. But anyway, but so I just put this over here. So there's the original Angry Cow. No spots. No spots. I had to add spots to it. Well, we had to, right? Okay, so let's see. Doing stamp. The next stamp segment is combinations. We might have to have an intervention here because I can't stop. I should have been shooting this video by lunch yesterday. I can't stop. Okay. So anyway, we're going to talk, oddly enough, if we sit down and we think about it, with our stamps, there's kind of 4 categories of stamps, maybe more. But okay, so we've got a border stamp. We've got stamps for belt and strap or cuff. We've got standalones that are just a stamp by itself, like right here. If we can see that, standalones or self-contained. And then we've got panels, where we're like, this will all be in the video, but I can't look at the border stamps, the complexity. I can't stop. I cannot stop. Oh, there's some of the coolest. I just love, and I can't wait. Okay, so here's, you'll see this in the video, but this is funny. Okay. And I think this math is right. So let's say we got 50 stamps. Okay. No, you know what? I'm not going to go into that. It'll be in the video, and that'll be, I think that'll be 2 weeks from this Friday. I think 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, so combinations will be up, and I hope that's a great one because I'm having a lot of fun with that. Okay, notes from the boss because we got some notes here. All right, so our brand new 2021 Christmas gift guide is up. What are you gifting to the crafters in your life this year? And we've got, just go to our homepage there. Santa Rosa leather. I love this leather. Working on a project, working on a good idea to utilize this to its fullest. 15% off right now with promo code SANTA15, SANTA 15. Okay, here's the big stuff. So check our site and social channels starting Monday for the deepest discounts of the year. Okay, some great deals from Black Friday through Cyber Monday. All right, so she's saying in parentheses here, which is what I'm not supposed to say. If you want to drop any specific hints, I will. All right, deep discounts. The Weaver 303. You want one of these? Now's the time. The foil and hot stamping machine. I did a video on that, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I love it. And it kind of went to the wayside. I've started using that. That is cool. Talk about adding a professional a professional level to our projects. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. So those are some of the bigger ticket items. All right, we are doing 3 days from the 22nd through the 24th of deepest discounts of the year, around 20%. That's substantial. All right. Free shipping on selected products. Okay. Day 1, this is just, all right, the Weaver 303. Okay. Select leather, sides, halves, and panels. Select liquids, the steel square. If you don't have one of our steel squares, I use that on every project, every pattern. I use that every time I walk in my shop. Make sure you get one with the non-slip tape on the back. All the difference in the world. And last quarter, quarter leather bifold wallet kit. I love these, and I want to get one of those. Day 2, foil and hot stamping machine. I hope I'm supposed to be reading this. I hope I'm supposed to be reading this. Anyway, if I'm not, you know what? Let's back off on this. Just back off on this. No, because next week is all right. No, we're going. Sorry, Leah, we're going. Okay. Day 2, the foil and hot stamp machine, select leather, hand stitching kit. You want to get into hand sewing? Time to get a good discount on that kit. Stitch groover, we were just talking about that. Barge cement, that'll glue the cat to the floor. Okay. Day 3, our sleigh bells. Obviously, it's no mystery how I feel about these. Let's see, select leather, master tool edgers, very cool. Beginner's kit, wooden strap cutter, one of my all-time favorite tools. All right. Let's see. We do have some limited edition leathers that will be at a larger discount, even still, and will run from the 22nd through the 29th. After the 3 days of deep discounts, man, this just goes on and on. We will be doing a site-wide sale, excluding a few pieces of machinery, of 10% off plus free shipping at $50 that will run from the 25th through the 29th on all in-stock items. Wow. Time to buy some stuff. All right, which leads me. All right, it's 4:06. I'm going to wrap it up here shortly, y'all. Okay, so I know we still got stuff to look at. Crap. All right, so product of the week. We're talking about the stamp series. I love these stamps. I cannot stop using these stamps. We're literally getting a $90 stamp for a third of that price. Big point here. If you want to stock up on some of these, site-wide, 20% off, time to do it. This is one of the highest quality tools I have ever seen, and I've seen some big ones. I've seen some from the big folks. Love the finish, love the knurling. It's actually a heavy tool, but the stamp designs, unfreaking believable. Absolutely. I love these. We're going to get a real taste of these with the next couple of videos, the next stamp series. Also, too, and I just wanted to toss these out because we've talked about just Christmas ideas or booth ideas or okay, anyway, little leather earrings, little leather feathers, just some simple beads right there. Yep, that's our wax thread. That's exactly right. The Ritza. But aren't those cool? Here's another one, and I love these. I think these are the funniest, coolest little thing. How about some? Yeah, some little peppers. Aren't those cool earrings? I tell you, when you start making earrings, you can't stop because one idea leads to 5, leads to 10, leads to 100. You literally have to walk away. And it's the same with stamping. Yeah, right. Okay, I finally have a couple projects. Personal projects, I'll get these up on the fan page. Okay, we're going to wrap it up, y'all. Chewing up a lot of your time. So, let's do this. See if I can remember everything. All right, I'm going to leave the chat open for just a couple of minutes after we sign off. Next week, next week is Thanksgiving week. So, I'll actually be off for the 4 days, after our Wednesday live. So we may run a little long next week, and I'm going to do my best to put some fun stuff into next week. Let's have a good time with it. Yeah. So there's so much I want to say. Viking Lady is with us. Okay, Viking Lady Designs. No kidding on the earrings. I have more ideas than time. That's almost indicative of leather, isn't it? There's some. Nobody ever calls me. But potential spam. They care. Right? Anyway, okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. But yeah, Viking Lady Designs. Gabrielle, I wanted to say this. It's indicative of leathercraft because you make a project. Well, now I want to see it larger or a different stamp design, tool design, dye color, top coat, paint. You're right. There's not enough time in the day to make all the things I want to make out of leather, and I hope y'all feel the same way. Y'all, it's been great to spend an hour with you. Wow, did it go by fast today. So we're going to wrap it up. But I hope everybody's got something great on your table to work on. It's hard to tear myself away because the comments just keep coming in. Love y'all more than you know. And it is absolutely my pleasure to spend this time with y'all every week. So everybody have a very good evening, a great second half of your week. A lot of us are already into Thursday, and Thursday's moving past. So the weekend is even closer. I'm envious. But again, love y'all. Just enjoy every minute of this. Everybody have a good evening, good second half of your week. Have a great weekend. We'll be back next week, Thanksgiving week. I'll see if I can't come up with something special. So it's more than just me gabbing. How about that? So, y'all, a pleasure as always. We'll see you next week. I'll leave this open for a little bit. If you've got a comment that I didn't see that you need to get to me, drop it in. But also the fan page on Facebook. If you got a question, you'll get plenty of answers. But if you've got a beautiful project, post it. You're going to get a bunch of oohs and ahs from your family. That's exactly right. Oh, man. So, anyway, I'll look forward to seeing y'all next week. We'll have a good time with it. Thanks so much for every bit of it. It means more than you know. So good luck with your project, first off, but I can't leave it there. So, thanks again, everybody. Love y'all. See you next week. Bye.